Just tell me a little bit about yourself and what you did before you found out you were pregnant.
I was studying art and photography. I was a student, so I enjoyed socialising, partying, going out, and not really thinking about the next day, just living my life a bit. Yeah.
And did you ever thought about when you wanted children or anything before you found out?
I've never been the type of person to think about getting married or having children, but I never wanted it early. I sort of wanted it a bit later so I could achieve what I wanted to achieve in my own life.
So when did you first realise you were pregnant?
When I missed my period. That's when I realised, and I thought I need to get that checked out, and I found out I was pregnant.
So are you usually like regular or?
No, never been it. Not really at all, but it would turn up when it wanted to.
Okay, so how many days did you leave it before you found out?
I left it 2 weeks, so I wasn't too sure because I thought maybe because it's irregular it would turn up, but it didn't, and I just found out. I did a test.
So how did you initially feel?
I nearly had a heart attack. I was very shocked and quite scared. I didn't really know how to react because it was real, it was just there. And because I didn't feel pregnant, I didn't look pregnant, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know who to speak to, and I just had to accept it and scream. Yeah.
So did it take a while to sink in?
Yeah, it did. I actually did about, I think, 4 tests. I wouldn't believe the first one or the second one. So I kept on doing tests over and over again, and I did more tests the next day as well. And then I sort of got the message that it was positive. And I sort of didn't want to believe it either until I started to speak to my friends and told me, you've got to be responsible and you've got to tell my partner. Yeah.
And how was that?
Petrifying. It was really scary. In my mind I had it prepared how I was going to tell him, but it didn't come out the way I thought it would. It was a bit scary.
So then, after you told your partner and everything, who else did you feel like you needed to tell?
My mum. And that was scary. But I'd have to tell obviously eventually because it's a bit obvious. But I was really scared to tell her because I wasn't sure how she'd react, especially with my age. And because I'd just gone to university, and obviously put that on hold, and my whole life would change over 24 hours. But she took it okay, so I was quite lucky there.
So how's your first 3 months, your first trimester?
I didn't feel pregnant, so I didn't really believe it for a very long time. Obviously I didn't feel very well, I was quite sick a lot. And the whole 3 months for me were quite scary because of all the miscarriages. I didn't actually go around telling anyone. I wanted to keep it to myself until the first scan. And I was very nervous and always anxious that something was going to happen or I was going to lose the baby, and the whole eating healthily and taking the folic acid. It was life-changing already and quite scary as well. Yeah.
So when you had your first scan, how was that?
I was excited. I was really excited to see something on the screen, also to prove to myself I was actually pregnant, because I didn't look pregnant. No one, if they saw me, wouldn't have thought I would ever be pregnant. So it made things slightly more realistic for me and for my partner.
Just seeing that baby there and everything and it moving, what feelings did you have?
I think I laughed. So it was there, but I didn't feel it was there. So it was putting those two things together. But it was sweet at the same time, and I was so happy as well.
Okay, so by at that stage, did you feel, okay, then I am pregnant and I'm accepting it and this is me?
No. I didn't actually, I still didn't believe it until further on in the pregnancy, and I did sort of accept it because my life had already changed. I had to think more into the future and what I was going to do with myself, and my partner had to do that as well. I had to grow up, which I don't think I would have really if I didn't fall pregnant. So seeing a living thing, but it didn't look like a baby, it looked like a blob, but it was still real, and it made me grow up a lot, definitely.
And that was by the 3 months, that was like your 12-week stage?
Yes.
Okay. How did your friends and family react to your news?
My friends were really happy, because for me, and likewise for my mum, I think she realised, as well as my friends, that I needed something to not help me grow up, but to look after myself a bit, and it helped me get my life back on track. So secretly they were really happy. At first, like my mum was, I think, a bit disappointed, but she got round to seeing that I was growing up, I was looking after myself, and it was a positive thing. And my friends were just excited as well, because I was becoming a mum.
Okay. Did you get and feel any better towards the middle of your pregnancy?
Sort of and sort of not. I found it hard to accept the weight gain, because it changes you completely, your whole body changes, and the hormones, I didn't really enjoy that, because one minute I feel happy, the next I feel sad, and I wouldn't know why. So I couldn't explain to myself because of this. When I felt the first kick, I think that was the best part of the whole pregnancy, and I didn't feel alone as well. Like, feeling that kick, I knew he was there. To me that was so special.
Yeah.
And him reacting as well, I think that was the best bit of it all.
So at what stage of the pregnancy did you feel the first kick?
Around 6 months.
Okay. So it was like towards like your end of your second trimester.
Yes.
Okay. So by that time, did you already know what he was? Did you finally go for a scan?
Yes, I did. And it was a boy, and I was very happy.
Okay. Did you feel at all anxious towards like during the end of your pregnancy?
Extremely. I was extremely anxious, and I was so scared. I didn't know what was coming. People told me different stories, and good and bad stories, and it still didn't help. I felt so alone by the end of it, and so scared. And my doctors were trying to help me keep calm, but it's obviously not good for the baby, but nothing would. I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I didn't feel happy either, and I sort of wanted it to be all over quite quickly.
So do you not get like loads of energy? Because some women report that they feel quite energetic while they're pregnant. Did you not have any of those?
No, I was really not run down. I was tired a lot. I was sleeping a lot. My body, like, I'm quite a small girl anyway, and I felt drained a lot. And I'd eat loads, but it'd not give me any energy, and I'd just sit and cry quite a lot. So that didn't help.
Okay. Were you well prepared for the birth? So did you like get all the baby equipment beforehand, months beforehand?
Yeah, I was. All material stuff, I was completely prepared. I had my mum to help me as well, to personal experience tell me what I would need, and to feel comfortable and confident in that way. But emotionally I wasn't at all.
So did pregnancy have an impact on your life?
Enormously. It's changed everything in my life. Every day I wake up completely different now. The way I think, walk, the way I think about my life in the future. It's not about me, it's about another human being. And the way I look at other people as well in their lives, and I have a lot more respect for mothers, that's for sure.